The true religion. Beloved one, you are now at a great place in the collective evolution, where there is a cycle of what I have called harvesting, a cycle where ones come to a completion and know themselves to be one with the creative power, and are humbled by that remembrance and that knowing. Then, because you have been humbled, and you have been in awe of what the divine creative power is, you have chosen to come and tap on the shoulder the brothers and sisters who are yet playing in the sandbox of duality, and to say to them, "Look, I have had a revelation. I have had remembrance. There is something more than just this sandbox. There is something more than just throwing sand at each other. There is something more than just building the sand castles that the wind and the rain will blow away. I've had remembrance." So you come one more time to ask the questions, first of yourself and then of others, so that there can be the realization of at-one-ment. You have come through a very rich lineage of experience and expression of the divine. You have been the ones, even in a short time of what we will call your last 2,000 years, who have known great illumination. You have been the ones who have been pure of heart, who have known from my teachings and the teachings of other great masters the remembrance of who you are and what you are. You are illumined by the remembrance. You brought forth great creativity as the ones who were known as the Gnostics, the ones who knew. You questioned what some of the other groupings who wanted power were putting forth as truth. They did not appreciate your questioning. Sometimes you requested to release the body, and you did, but that did not stop you. You recycled, you came back again, because the illumined ones always will come and resurface. You have been the ones known as the divine Illuminati. You have been the ones who have been the Gnostics, the ones who have been illumined. You have been the ones who have known the divine usage of the illumined knowledge, and you have also known the thread of ones who use that illuminated divinity in a way which is touched by world power, tainted perhaps. The divine Illuminati are very much present at this time, and again, as you still have a belief in duality, there are two threads which have diverged from the one point. The illumined intelligence, capital I. The threads diverged where ones know the power of creativity and how to manipulate it, have used it for personal gain, or for greater gain of their grouping, and alternately ones such as you are, illumined, and yet seemingly quiet about it, seemingly not as powerful. Yet you are more powerful, because the truly illumined ones, as I have said, will resurface over and over to anchor the light, to be the light, to be the illumined ones who recognize the brothers and sisters of the divine Illuminati, and watch how they yet use the power in world affairs, for there is much that is going on behind the scenes which is used for personal wealth and power. You are the divine Illuminati, pure and undefiled, who recognize the Christ even in the ones who are doing the machinations behind the scenes. All power is given unto the illumined ones. How it is used, it is, as we have spoken many times, the play, the stage, the scripting, the improv. Some of the ones who are Illuminati and do not realize that they are, and feel themselves to be in positions of power behind the scenes, are going to experience a road to Damascus experience, where there is going to be for them an experience of blinding light, a revelation, and it is going to upheave everything around them. There is much in your world that wants everything to stay as it is. There is power in the status quo and in having power handed down from one generation of special interest to another generation of special interest, but that is going to be changing. You have already seen some of the crumbling of ones of individual wealth and power, and of groupings known as your corporations and businesses, where that which they thought they were doing for personal gain, without thought how it would affect others, have experienced a light upon the working, and not of it has crumbled. You are bringing forth light to shine upon that which has been hidden for many, many centuries. You have come through what is even called in your history books the Dark Ages, where there was not too much of light. The illumined ones, yes, such as you, came and lived the daily lives. You saw the beauty of our Holy Mother the Earth, and you raised the families as best as you could, but the overall consciousness was not much enlightenment. Now there is more light. There are many who have agreed to come at this time to be the light-bearers, to be the ones who are as bridges for remembrance, such as you, the ones who have been seeking, wanting to know, asking, where do we go from here? Where have I been? Where am I now? Wanting to know the Christ purpose of everything. You have now what you would call assistants from other dimensions, masters, guides, teachers, and angels, much of what you yet see to be outside help, and yet it is not outside of you. It is very much you, as you understand an expanded aspect of you. You are the ones who ask the tough questions. You are the ones who will speak out from the grassroots and say, I want to know the true religion. I want to know not just the religion of the churches. I want to know not just the religion of my family, the old belief system, but I want to know the true religion. The root word of religion is religio, meaning to be bound together as one, and that has been forgotten. As you have seen in the short time of the last 2,000 years, there has been much division and splintering. There were on the one hand you the Gnostics, who remember the divinity, the light within. You knew your connection with the Father. On the other hand, there were the ones who took the teachings and revelations, put them into a package that then was given to brothers and sisters, and it was given in a way that, this is what is true, correct, you must believe it. You, as the Gnostic, said, but it is too limited. The package does not include all. The ones who liked the package allowed the manipulation to spread through fear, guilt, and ignorance, until one came along whom you know well, Martin Luther. He knocked upon the door and said, Open the door, there is more. Then from that opening of a door there was a splintering of more and more doors opening, and as the doors opened, more boxes were made. Because of generational teaching, you were indoctrinated through family belief that you would be a Catholic, you would be a Lutheran, you would be an Anglican, you would be the Baptist, you would be the Presbyterian, you would be the Christian Scientist. You would be so many divided from the one, to the place where now many of you have thrown out everything and said, no, there has to be an inclusive religion, which is not exclusive. It has to be inclusive. When I was with you as the one known as Jeshua, it was asked of me, What is the greatest commandment? I said unto you, and you have recorded it in your holy scriptures, that the greatest commandment is to love the Lord thy God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. Now, what does that mean? To love the Lord your God means to remember your divinity. You are desiring now to know that place of great love and to bring yourself into the remembrance of the Lord God of your being, the divinity of you, and to love that with all your heart and with all your soul. All that you have ever experienced is held within what you call the individuated soul. All the experiences of all the lifetimes go into that conceptual package, and yet it does not have boundaries. But within this point of focus, this time, you have claimed for yourself an individuated soul with all the experiences of all the lifetimes that you have ever had in that totality, to love the divinity of yourself with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. What does it mean to love the Lord your God with your mind? It means, in other words, to use your mind, not just to be led as sheep, but to use the mind to know the creativity, the divinity of you, to question where you have come from and who you are, and to know oneness with the Lord God of your being. Then I said unto you, and the second commandment is as the first, to love your neighbor as yourself. For when you know your true self, capital S, when you come into the place of the remembrance of the divinity of you, you see the divinity of the other one as well. You love your neighbor as yourself because you know your neighbor is yourself, an aspect of the one self, choice and decisions and behaviors. You love that one, the Christ of that one, because it is you. That is the true religion. You come to the place of realizing, truly realizing, making real in your awareness, great love of the Lord God of your being, great love of the divinity of self and of the neighbor. Wherever the neighbor may be, perhaps sitting next to you, or perhaps halfway around the planet, our Holy Mother, the Earth. The true religion follows one rule, and you know this rule very well. It is golden, to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. When mankind, womankind, came to the place where there's a realization is, I truly walk in the sandals of everyone else I see and can think of, and even ones beyond my ken. Then you will understand the divinity of one and will understand and put into practice, manifest the golden rule. That is the true religion. Apply the golden rule. Live in the true religion, not the religion which has been handed down to you in the boxes. Already those religions are outdated. But live from the knowing that I am walking in the sandals of my brother, my sister. How would I want to be treated, regarded, respected? And from that place, stir yourself and get very busy to help them. Stir yourself to say in the right ear what needs to be said to change things. As you live from that space, know you that all power, even as it has been twisted and manipulated in the past, will be transformed. All power will be given unto you in heaven and on earth. It has to be, because the power comes from heaven. It comes from the divinity of you, and you are the bridges who are living this reality. Therefore, you can and will transform the world. You are powerful. Allow yourself to welcome change, because there are going to be changes. Allow yourself to get caught up in the so-called drama of it, and then to step back from it, the same as you do as you watch the drama on your television set or your movies. You can get quite caught up in what is going on. You can get right on the edge of your chair, right to the edge of your heart, and then you take a deep breath and you say, but it is a story. Yes, it is a story. Yes, you are involved in it, and yes, you can step back from it for a moment to behold with holy vision and to appreciate the drama of it, to come to a place where you can speak a remembrance of holy vision into the ears which need to be spoken into. You stand at a pivotal, most wonderful place. You have heard me say this other times, for it is not that there is just one point in time that is pivotal. It is, as you understand time, a process. So yes, I have said this before. It is a most wonderful time now, a pivotal time in your history, in the evolution of collective consciousness. Where you have the power, you have the remembrance. You have the desire to make changes and to live the true religion, coming from the place of the golden rule, accepting the brothers and sisters as aspects of the one self. It does not mean that you agree with their decisions or their choice of behavior, but you accept them as aspects of the one self and you love them as a self. And you get very busy as the guidance directs you to bring about more of the remembrance of love. Live from the place of love, for that is the true religion. Not conditional love which dictates, you have to be of my religion, of my family, of my language, of my country, of my workplace, of my skin color. But the place of true, expansive, unconditional love, which turns the page to a new script. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So be it.